This is actually the Fleet Nation podcast.
Fleet, baby. Fleet, baby.
Yes. And you are actually my sixth episode. So
That's
thank
what's
you
up.
so much for coming on this platform and being one of the pioneers for what we're doing with Fleet. Um,
Okay.
I like to term myself an advocate for the DJs.
Of course.
We are definitely trying to get it back popping where people understand that the
That's right.
power, the energy, all of what it is that you're looking to do is coming from the DJs
That's
when you're
right.
artists out here.
That's right. Shit. Say that, man. Say that.
Now
Say
I'm
that.
your host. It's just Miss Wells. You guys know that you can follow me on Instagram at It's Just Miss Wells. And again, I've got my special guest, Khujo Goodie, here with me tonight. Please
Man.
introduce yourself and let these people know where they can follow you at on social media.
Yo, what's up, everybody, man? This Khujo Goodie, man. 1-4 for the Goodie Mob, man. Down with the Dungeon family. And y'all can come holler at me, man, on IG at KHUJOGOODIE. Click the link in the bio. It's gonna open up to a whole lot of goodies, man. So holler at your folk, man, for real.
Awesome. So I want to jump straight into this. Like, there's so much. I've been doing my research, so I definitely am ready to unpack this conversation with you.
For
Um,
sure.
I'm a storyteller. So what I like to do is I like to start from the beginning. So
hmm
walk us into when you were introduced to the music and you found out like you had this special connection with it.
I got to start off in middle school
Mm.
when I started looking at movies like Crush Groove, Beat Street, Breaking. So I seen all the guys from New York and the guys from the West Coast doing their thing,
Okay.
and I was highly influenced by that. You know what I'm saying? I was inspired. I was motivated from those movies. And in middle school, when I was breakdancing, man, I was a part of a rap group. You know what I mean? In middle school, so my thing started like in middle school, around about maybe like 83 or 82, like that, and listening to people like Curtis Blow, LL Cool J, Houdini, Fat Boys. These people came. Well, they came to my school at one point, and man, that did it for me. For you come to my school too, and
Mm,
I'm able to see you too, man. It left a long lasting impression on me, man. So
yeah.
now here it is, 20 some years later, man. I'm a part of that same club. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm
So
loving it.
talk a little bit about the evolution of music since you've seen it from the beginning to where we are with hip hop,
Right,
country, all these
right,
other genres that's kind of blended into it, but
right.
you've seen it from where it first kind of blew up. So what's the difference between now and then?
Well, when we came out, it wasn't social media. You feel me? It wasn't. It wasn't. You had to go out and you had to really meet the people like somebody running for president. You know what I'm saying? You
Hmm.
got to be out there in the streets. You got to be where the people are. You got to know what the people want done. So that's just kind of how it was with us. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Hip hop was that bug bit us, man, especially down here in the South because we hadn't gotten at we hadn't gotten that advanced yet. You know what I mean? We was only doing like one type of music. You know what I mean? But once we started listening to everybody else, we started getting the elements and the recipe of really how to make good music. You know what I mean? So I'm just thankful that I was a part of an organization like Organized Noise and Dungeon Family. You know what I mean? So they can really just show us like really how to do it. You know what I'm saying? And LaFace Records too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was all a learning experience, man. It even just put me where I am today. You know what I mean?
So how did your journey lead you to be able to partner with these people? Like, did you all grow up together in the same crowd or?
Well, actually, no, we didn't grow up together. Like with Gip, I knew Gip before high school, maybe like on the cusp of high school.
Okay.
And back in the mid 90s, we was Timo and I was looking for some more music for our album for us to complete. And
Okay.
you know,
Oh, now I can't hear you. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
can you hear me now?
I can. I can.
Okay. For some reason, it's not on my earphones, but okay, we can do it like this. We can do
Okay,
it
no
like this.
problem. So I want to back it up and just talk a little bit about how you met Gibb. I think that's where it went out at.
Yeah, I met Gip. Actually, I met Gip in high school.
Okay.
This had to be like the early years of high school. I met Gip, and Gip introduced me to Ray Murray, which was one of the founding members of Organized Noise. Introduced me to Ray Murray, and then at that time we had formed another group. It was called what's the name of our group? It was called dog is on the tip of my tongue, but it was like the southern version of Public Enemy.
Okay.
Because so we was already doing that back then, you know what I'm saying, before we started really doing the Goodie Mob. So we just developed a relationship, man, and come to find out we knew some of the same people that was doing music.
Got you. So, like, you all coined the term "dirty South." Like,
Mm.
how do you feel like that's changed from when you all branded it to what people have made it now?
Well, yeah, I got to give that credit to Cool Breeze. Cool Breeze was the one that coined that phrase "dirty South," but he coined the phrase "dirty South" by being in the dirty South. You feel what
Mm,
I'm saying? So just recognizing those type of things. But you got you got new MCs coming out every day. You got new producers coming out every day,
yeah.
and you know what I'm saying. I don't really hear Dirty South that much. You know what I mean? But not purposely, but like I said, things change and things move on. You know what I mean? But it was good that we let people know at that time. You know what I'm saying? We was just trying to give Atlanta some type of identity. You know what I mean? And just let them know that yeah, it looks really pretty down here in the South, but it really can get dirty at sometimes. You know what I mean?
And in a sense, what they've changed the term "dirty South" from is more so terming it like trap music or stuff like that. But in reality, it is what you all came out here and showed us was like the true streets. Before the
Absolutely.
music was about dancing, it was about feeling good. It was about making people want to get up, move, and connect. But you took it to a different level and took that curtain and kind of revealed it back and allowed people to be able to see more into what the lives were of the artists that was out here making this music.
Right, right.
Um, Within your journey, what do you think has been one of the most monumental moments?
The most monumental moment for me is just really just traveling through all these different states and just really bringing the people into our world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really bringing people into the soul food vibe. I mean, going to California, going to New York, even going across seas to places like Japan. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Just really traveling and just really just speaking your life. You know, because it's really like a book. At the end of the day, rap is like a book, and it's like an audio book put to music.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like how we were doing it, man. We were just telling our story all across the world, and I just found that amazing how people could really relate to some Southern boys. Like we are on the other side of the world, but you got people over here on the West Side that can relate to what we talking about. People up in New York can relate to what we talking about. So man, that had to be one of the greatest moments, man, for me, man. Just really traveling because I
Yeah.
don't think that I would have been doing that type of traveling if I hadn't been in music. You know what I mean?
True.
Because I was a straight Georgia boy. I didn't want to go nowhere. I was gonna sit right here. If it ain't in Georgia, I ain't fucking with it. I'm good.
I totally
But that
understand.
changed. You know what I mean? That changed.
So how did collaboration, how did it help you excel in your career, and how has collaboration kept you relevant today?
Well, collabs are like um, it challenges you. You know what I mean? Opposed to rapping by yourself on all 12 songs, you got somebody that's in there with you that's gonna not challenge you in a bad way, but just really push you
Yeah.
because of what they're doing. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, if it weren't for those three guys doing what they're doing, I couldn't have been the best at what I did. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
couldn't have been the best at what I did. So that's one of the pros of being in a group. You know what I mean? You get a chance to listen, to hear what everybody else say, and then you can come a whole totally different way. And then you can get constructive criticism from people right there. You ain't got to wait. You know what
That's
I mean? And it's gonna be real and it's gonna be genuine. So yeah, that was my thing. I just love the camaraderie and the quote unquote competition. You know what I mean?
true.
But it wasn't competition. It was just steel sharpening steel. You know what I mean? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
yeah,
So what we know in the music industry is it's about ebbs and flows. You're gonna have those moments when you're at the top, and then you're gonna have those moments where you've got to learn how to navigate those valley areas and shift and adapt to what's happening in the industry around you.
that's right.
Talk a little bit about what you feel like your peak was with Goody Mob. Like, when was that moment where you were like, "We've arrived, we've made it. It can't get no better than this."
I mean, when I first heard cell therapy on the radio, you know what I'm saying? When you first hear your music on the radio, it's like, oh man, you done made it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You feel like everybody's heard your song. You know what I mean? You feel like it's just straight global. So those were one of the greatest moments for me. And then receiving that plaque for selling 500,000 copies. You know what I mean? I'm talking about physical copies. You know what I mean?
That's
That, and
peak.
then when you go to these shows and you see people saying your words verse by verse, man, verbatim. Yeah, you goddamn, you doing something there. You doing something there.
Then take us into the valleys, Cujo. Like, when it was rough. Talk about a moment where you hit one of those lows and what you
Mhm.
were able to do to pull yourself out of it to get back on track.
Oh, for sure, man. I hit my low back in 2002 where I had the car accident and I had to get my right leg amputated below the knee.
Oh wow.
That was such a valley for me. I mean, it was a valley for me because I was like, man, nobody want to see a one-legged rapper. You know what I mean? I just thought I was just flawed. I was just done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when you got family and you got friends, you know what I'm saying, to pick you back up. And
Hmm.
that's what happened, man. They picked me back up, man. Shout out to my wife, my boys, the Dungeon family, all my friends out there that picked me back up. You know what I mean? So yeah, you got to definitely have some type of support system because,
Mhm.
the music industry, just like any other job, you know what I mean? You'll get tired of going to work. People at your job, you don't like them. You know what I mean? It's like you want to change in scenery. You know what I mean? So it's kind of the same. You know what I mean? It's you just got to find that point to where, okay, I've been here before. I can get up out of this. You know what I mean? It's gotten this real before. So that's got to be one of the lower valleys for me. Not being able to give it 100% like I usually do, and just feeling defeated. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, I'm just not gonna be able to do this no more. But lo and behold, with family support and friends, I climbed up out that valley. You know what I mean? And shit, back on the horse again.
Your network is your net worth. And people
Mm-hmm.
say that all the time. And what you just confirmed for us is that the people around you is what's going to make you in those pivotal moments.
Right.
Um, I want to switch back over a little bit and talk about your creative process. Like when it's time for you to go into the studio, how do you
Mm-hmm.
prepare for that and get ready to lay down the track?
That's a good question, man. I've been asked that before. It's all about being prepared. You know what I mean? It's about being prepared. When I go into the studio, well, I do my pre-production at home right here in my studio.
Okay.
So once I do the production here in the studio, that's gonna automatically save me 2 and 3 hours. So that's gonna save me
Okay.
maybe $150, maybe $200. That's gonna save me money right there. If I
Yeah.
get here, do the pre-production here, and some of the raps I've been doing them off the head, but I go back and write them down. So when I do get into the lab, I can have my goddamn script right here with me, so I know what I'm saying. And I've already done it. I've already done it here, so I know in my mind that I can do it. So it's just about being prepared, and that's how I prepare. You know what I mean? I bring my pad with me. I bring my computer with me. I bring a demo so I can hear how I said some shit or how the flow might go, or I might have did something different here, did something different there. I'd be like, hold on 1 second. I hit the phone. Now I listen, I was like, okay, I said it that way. All right, scratch that right there. Let me do it this way. So it's about preparation, man. How you get ready for what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's just like an athlete. Athlete gonna be getting ready for that game. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
whatever type of strenuous practice that he got to do, shit, man, got to be done.
You know what? You're probably the first artist that I've ever spoke with that is as intentional about laying their tracks. Because a lot of the times what they'll say is, I wrote it down, I jotted it down, or it came to me. But I never heard anyone say, I practiced this before I actually went in to
Oh
make
man,
sure that it sounds like I wanted it to or I envisioned before I got in the booth.
that's right. I bet that's what that we can definitely put that label on it. I practice before I go to
Yeah.
the real studio. I practice, and practice makes what perfection, right?
Oh, I gotta tell you something because I'm a trainer. So one of the
Oh
things
shit,
that I used to say was practice makes perfect, but it doesn't. You know what practice makes?
what practice makes
It makes permanent.
permanent. I like that.
Yes, it
Like
makes permanent. And what that gives you
right.
the opportunity, it becomes your habit.
That's
But
right.
it's not so rigid where you can't go in and you can't shift it and you can't tweak it and you can't update it however you need to. But
Yes.
that practice keeps you in shape, like you said, as a athlete does, to make
Yes.
sure when I am put on the spot, if I need to give you something,
I got you. I'm ready. I am ready. It's about being ready, man. Cause shit, it could be a shot with two people, right? And they can say,
yeah,
okay, whoever is ready, we got the green light for them. And
it's
if you
you.
ain't ready, you don't missed out on that opportunity. Not saying they won't come back again, but you missed out on that one.
Yeah,
Right.
like, and even when I have I'm fortunate enough with Fleet to be able to interview a lot of independent artists that are coming up.
Mm-hmm.
and starting their journeys and learning how to navigate this industry.
True that.
And one of the things that I tell them all the time is you've got to know how to talk to people. And something as simple as practicing how you'll have a conversation or an interview is critical,
True
because you can
that.
come in and have one interview with somebody and blow your whole chance to move yourself even further.
That's one thing I gotta commend, like people like L.A. Reid and
Yeah.
LaFace Records and Organized Noise and Rico Wade. We had I won't say classes, but we had times where we'll sit down and they would prep us for interviews. Okay, this is how you do this. This is how you do that. And I can remember my brother Rico saying, man, with that microphone in front of your face, have something intelligent to say.
Ooh, say that one more time for the people that didn't catch it the first time, please.
For the people in the back, especially if you're in the music industry and you're an artist, when a microphone gets in your face, please have something intelligent to say.
There it is.
It could be like shit. You might have seen the news the other day and you retain what happened. You know what I mean? Just have something intelligent to say, because when people look at our genre of music, they just look at it as, oh, those are the party guys, whoop de woo or
Drug
whatever.
dealers.
Yeah, yeah, but no, you got something intelligent to say, man. You know, that puts you in a whole different category. You know what I mean?
I
Whole different. That's why Goody Mob is in a whole different category, because of that one song, Cell Therapy.
mm-hmm.
Our whole album wasn't about the New World Order. You feel me? It was about shit that was going on in our neighborhood and our perspective on things. But that one song, Cell Therapy, talking about the New World Order,
Mm-hmm.
come on, New York, you couldn't say nothing. You can't do nothing, folks. You can't say nothing. So, that's kind of like what we did, man. I'm so glad that we put out shit like that. You know what I mean?
I agree. We hear a little bit of it now in the industry, but we don't hear enough of it where
Oh
we
yeah.
feel like we have the advocates and the support from people in higher up positions to really drive change in our communities, for ourselves, in the industry. Like let's just say that that's a place that has a lot of opportunity to grow and shift and change. But talk about why that has been such a critical component of what you've done in this industry when it comes to talking about justice and talking about the way the communities are being treated and the world around us, in a sense.
Well, when you incorporate those type of things in your music, I think that's one of the elements for longevity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's keep that shit 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Country is the closest you can get to me, to hip hop. The closest you can get, because those guys are telling stories. Those guys are talking about injustice in the world. They talk about, man, just pleasant things. You feel what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, those things last the test of time. Why do I know Willie Nelson's name?
And it's not because he was smoking weed, because
Not
Willie
because he was
Nelson
smoking
did
weed. You
way
feel me?
more.
I've never bought a Willie Nelson album. Never. But I know this guy's name for some reason.
Yeah.
For some reason. So I'm pretty sure he definitely has some important shit to talk about. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, we need to get like that. I understand when you're first coming out, you want to let people know who you are, where you're from, what you stand for. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Of course. But you're going to have to get into the mode of longevity. You know what I mean? So that means you're going to have to talk about some real shit.
Mm.
You're going to have to talk about something real, just like cell therapy. That was something real. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Soul food, that was something real. You know what I mean? Songs like Didn't Ask to Come, that was something real. Just About Over. Those songs were something real. So balance, it's about having a balance at the end of the day, man. For longevity, balance equals longevity, in my opinion. In my
I
opinion.
love that. If y'all don't have y'all's pens and paper out, jotting this stuff down to help you navigate your career, I don't
Hey,
know what you out here doing, but
hey.
you're giving them the real, you're giving them a lot of gems that they can take back and be able to utilize throughout this journey out here as an independent artist, an entrepreneur. You could be in corporate, like all this applies no matter where you go.
And that's how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? It's not supposed to be that you hiding the jewels from people. That's wicked. You know what I'm saying? That's wickedness, man. No, give them the jewels. Give everything. Give it to them, cause it will prolong what we're doing. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? Nigga, you holding secrets and shit. That's gonna take somebody that much longer to get to where they at. Man, fuck all the secrets, man. Man, give it up, man. Give it up to these young sisters and brothers that want to do something different, man. They want to do something different, man.
man. Let me let me give you that because that's what it's all about is building platforms, collaborating, like you said, sharing the knowledge,
Sharing the
helping
knowledge.
somebody help somebody,
That's right.
help us get where we're trying to go.
That's
Whether
right.
you at the beginning of the totem pole or you at the top of it, we all need each other, especially in this industry as it continues to shift, it's changing, it's being redefined.
That's
And
right.
big businesses have been able to control the way that this has looked for
That's
a
right.
very long time. When
Right.
we stopped being out in the streets, pushing the CDs, pushing the records, showing up at
Right.
venues, building
Right.
those networks, we
That's right.
lost a lot of power and gave it back to them on how we succeed in this industry. And
That's
getting
real.
back to the roots is how we take it back, in a sense.
That's real. That's you said a mouthful, man. That is real, man.
Yeah.
It's almost like niggas forgot how to do it. You know what I mean? We done been spoiled by the streaming platforms, and I ain't gonna lie, yeah, you're right. We've been spoiled by that to almost like what is a CD or what is vinyl? You know what I mean? And
What is vinyl?
yeah,
Like,
what is vinyl? That is crazy, but it's that's where we at right now. You know what I mean? That's
yeah,
where we at, and until we educate these young artists and let them know, shit. Back then it was CDs and cassettes. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Let them know that in this hand to hand combat, man. You meeting people, you doing this, you having dialogue with them, man. I miss the old days like that. I do.
And I think a lot of the times artists just don't realize it's still relevant for you to do that now. You don't have to press up a CD.
Mm,
People aren't playing CDs,
mm,
but everybody has a jump drive.
that's right.
Everybody has the ability to scan a QR code.
That's
Everybody
right.
is on social media. So
Right.
there's a plethora of ways for you to be able to do the same concept where you're
Right.
actually shaking hands, kissing
Right.
babies,
Right.
getting in front of people and giving them a chance to know you
Right.
without having to necessarily go to the extreme that we did back in
Right.
the day.
Right.
But that doesn't hurt. Like Master P
Man.
sold the records out his trunk.
Wow, man. Yes, yeah, man. I mean, we've been given the blueprint, man, from our elders. We've been given that
We
blueprint.
have.
And
We
like I
have.
said, man, for some reason, some people came together and was like, damn, man, let's create the streaming platform. And we're streaming for our artists too, and give other people a chance to do it too. But like you said, shit, you gotta learn how to adapt. You know what I mean? Adapt to this shit, cause we can't be defeated. You know what I mean? We're people that we done been through a lot of shit, and we can't let that little bitty thing defeat us on that. You know what I mean? So
That's so true.
I think
Taking
in I
these
think in due time, we'll come back though. I think in due time.
so that's one of the most common things that I've heard as I've started this podcast is the way that people are reconnecting again. And they're doing it in a way where they're starting to understand I do got to be out here. I've got to show up at these events. I've got to be visible. I've got to network. But they continue to overlook the DJ. So share your light on why the DJ is such a critical component of this journey too.
Well, you're right, man. They've started overlooking the artists now. So it was the DJs, the artists, but the people that's really getting the shine is the producers. I mean, rightfully so. You should, you know what I'm saying, because you did the work, of course. You
Yeah,
definitely should be, but all this shit go together, like especially with the DJs, man. I mean, to get your music in somebody's hand that works at a place with a large amount of people and they play music for them and they listen, you can't beat that. You can't beat that. You know what I mean? And DJs, man, it definitely I call them, man. I call them trap stars, man, because while you sleep, they up working.
this is true.
They are up working, man. And just, I mean, it's a struggle. You know what I mean? But I think with the things that most of these DJs are doing, like Fleet DJs, Nerve DJs, Coalition DJs, they're definitely getting into, you know what I'm saying, being here for the people. You know what I mean? So yeah, the DJ got to come out from behind the booth too. You know what I mean? And shake that hand and say what's up, just like the artist too. Got to come out from behind the booth, the
Yeah,
microphone booth, and get out here and talk and be with the people. So I think that's where we get to right now. You know what I mean? Everybody got to do it now. It used to be the DJs that chill, you know what I'm saying, sit there in the booth and do whatever. Nah, you got to get out here too, man, and talk with these folk too, and you know what I'm saying, express what's, you know what I'm saying, your experience and everything. You know what I mean? Because people want to hear your experience now. You know what I mean? They want to hear how you got to where you at. You know what I mean? If it was it hard or was it easy or anybody help you? Everybody want to know. This is the age of knowledge right here. People want to know now. You know what I mean?
yeah. So let's talk about what are you doing right now? What's your current endeavors? Like we got to let these people know what all you got your hands in.
Oh, for sure. Well, I just dropped a new song. It's called Showtime, produced by DJ Poppy. And Showtime is about taking no prisoners, no more Mr. Nice Guy. It's about stop talking about it and let's do it. You know what I mean? Perfect example. And I use myself as an example. Now, last week I go out and walk like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Friday, right? And then here come Wednesday, right? I'm like, oh man, well, I don't feel like doing that. I don't feel like doing it. I hit that Showtime, man. It just kind of gets me motivated, gets me, man, inspired. You got horns in there, man. You can never go wrong with horns, man. I got the live bass in there going by my kinfolk Mike P that plays a lot of bass on Outkast's music.
Okay.
And it's a man, I'm impressed by the song, you know what I mean? Because we went from stage one and we didn't stop at stage two. We
Mm.
kept going and kept going into where the song was like, man, I'm loving it. You know, when you like the song, when you really like the song, then you know you got something. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
yeah, that's just trying to find that excitement point again. You know what I mean? That it's almost like smoking your first joint. You know what I mean? You want to get there. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what it
And
is.
when
And
you get there,
yeah,
it's a place you keep trying to get back to over and over and over
yeah, that's
again.
right. You trying to get back to it. So yeah, man. I'm just thankful for the motivation, man, and
Yeah.
for the new artists that come out, man, and just be just inspiring. Not even know that they inspiring people. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
we got to keep the music flowing, man. Yeah, we're gonna run into some shit that we don't like, but at the end of the day, man, if we keep on manicuring these artists, man, just like with Global, I'm with Maverick Global Distribution,
Okay.
and what we do is we empower independent artists. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So if you're an independent artist and want to put your music out and you're asking questions, nobody giving you the right answers, man, come on down here to Maverick Global Distribution, man. We definitely got things on here that can empower you, man, and navigating through what we going through right now.
There you go. There's a resource for you
Yes,
to be
ma'am.
able to put in your toolbox. Tell these people how they can reach out to you or Maverick
For sure. For
distribution.
sure. The easiest way I tell you can tap in with me. Go to IG.
Go to your search box. Type in Khujo Goodie, Goodie. Go to the link in the bio and you will see 3 links. The third link is Maverick Global Distribution. Click on that link, sign up. You can put music out
There you go.
all year for one small price, all year. That's all year. You can put out as much music as you want all year. So, man, if y'all want to come and get educated, man, let some DJs hear what you got going on, get you some positive feedback. Y'all come on, holler at Maverick Global Distribution.
There you go. Now, I know throughout this conversation, you've been dropping these gems, these nuggets, but I always like to end with my guest giving one piece of advice that you would tell an artist right now that benefited you on the journey. What would that be?
Yeah, it's a lot of nuggets, man. A lot of nuggets. Let me see if I can pull one big nugget out, man. One big nugget out. I tell you what, if music is what you want to get into, study how you get paid. Study how do I get paid off of dropping a record? You go there and you do that, and then you see if this is what if you're built for this. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's not like you're gonna get paid
Yeah.
at every Friday. You know what I mean? Like every 2 weeks, like on a regular job. No, it don't quite work like that. Or
Yeah.
contractors, it don't quite work like that. I'm just so fortunate enough to have a lot of songs up under my belt, a lot of material where I could be like, you know what, I want to keep adding I want to keep adding and keep adding, keep adding, because I have 4 boys, and that's their inheritance. What I'm doing now is their inheritance. My
Mm,
wife is their inheritance. You know what I mean? So, when you get to a certain level of experience, those type of things start coming into your mind. Like, okay,
yeah. Yeah.
what am I doing? You know what I mean? What am I doing? What I want to do for the rest of these 5 years? What I want to do? You know what I mean? So yeah, and develop your fan base. Develop your fan base, man. If you one of the sisters or one of the brothers on the block that got music, and you got people that really fuck with you, man,
Yeah.
corral your fan base. Cause that means a lot. Say you drop a record, you tell everybody that you know that you dropping a record, that's gonna show. But if you don't have a fan base like that, you drop a record and you only get 5 streams. That's
Yep.
you don't want that. You know what I mean? So build up your fan base first, and then you can do something.
And I want to add to that because you need that fan base, but take it off of social media. Don't
Mm,
put all of your eggs in a basket on a Twitter or a Facebook, Instagram,
that's
because at
right.
any moment these people can come in and shut those platforms down.
Of
So
course, and yeah, you said that, man. Get you a website.
there you go.
Get the website, and I'm currently in motion of getting my website together too. So yes, man, that's very
Yeah.
very important. Get your website, because once social media shut down, everybody gone.
You don't have anybody. Get these email addresses. You got to have an email just to be able to sign up for your cell phone service.
That's
So
real.
there's,
That's
you
real.
know, you're going to be able to contact these people that way, and
That's
then
real. That's real.
drive the traffic from your platforms to your website.
Yes.
And that way you keep control. Be
True that.
smart in the way that you out here building up these businesses and brands because
Man,
it
true
can
that.
everything.
True that. I learned that. Because it's like, if you're not on social media promoting some shit you got, man, what are we doing?
You're non-existent. Like you
Yeah.
can be right in front of a person, but if
Right.
they don't see it on a social media platform, you don't exist in this
Right.
world nowadays.
Right. Right. You just gotta have all the dots connected in this new age that we navigating through. You just gotta have all your YouTube set up, gotta have your YouTube page set up. At least the YouTube page. You feel me? At least you can get some money off of your post. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely what I would encourage new artists to do, man. Yeah. Find out how you're getting paid and set
It
up your
is.
own website.
Yeah, that is.
Yep.
Well, Khujo Goodie, I want to say thank you for coming in and spending some time with me on the Fleet Nation podcast this
I'm honored.
evening, where we are
I'm honored.
advocating for the DJs. We
I'm
are
honored.
educating these artists out here, and we're getting back to the grind of what it means to work out here in the music and entertainment industry.
That's right.
Thank you for being a legend, a pioneer, and someone willing to come back and reach out and say, hey, here's a little bit of what I've learned in this process for you to be able to take it back and do what you want to do with it for yourself.
That's right.
So we
Appreciate
salute you. If there's anything that the Fleet Nation can do to support you, you already know Classic,
Yes.
ourselves, these plethora of DJs, we are
Yes, man.
10 toes behind you, supporting you in all that you do.
Man, appreciate it, man. Like I said, double hand salute, man, to Fleet DJs and what y'all doing, man. How y'all putting new music out here, man, and educating the artists with the conference y'all doing down here. It's July, right?
July 18th through the
July 18th, the
22nd.
conference, July 18th. And I'm gonna definitely try my best to make it down there this year again. I
Yeah,
had a great time last year, man. The panels was awesome, man. I got a lot of information, man, that I didn't even know about. So you're never too old to learn, man.
yeah.
Never.
Okay, so we dropped it for you. You guys, again, July 18th through the 22nd.
Yeah.
Fleet Nation is going down to Orlando, Florida.
Ooh.
Cujo's already told you there's panels, there's producers, there's artists, there's DJs, there's businesses, there's everything that you need to maximize the
That's
music
real.
and entertainment industry. So if
That's
you
real.
are not already booked to come, visit fleetdjs.com, grab your ticket, and meet us in
Absolutely.
Florida in July.
Yeah, meet us there. Don't beat us there. Don't meet us there. Beat us there.
That part. Well, again, thank you again for coming on. We appreciate your time this evening. And until episode 7, folks, we are out of here.